Happy Thursday, beautiful people. Happy Thursday. It is August the 10th, 2023, day 88 of year 5 of reading through books, laws, and prophets. Another 5-year consecutive day count. It is day 1468. And today we will be finishing chapter 30. I promise y'all that. Today we finish chapter 30 in the Holy God spell found in the Holy Megillah, also affectionately known by Nazarites as the secret Nazarite scroll. And we're going to pick up on page 537, and that's going to go to page 541. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 539. Well, I guess we might be able to read up to page 541 because that's chapter 31. So, yeah, we'll probably finish up 30 and read 31. It's really like just 35 verses. So we'll see. The next few chapters are really short ones, but when we start tomorrow, we're gonna start back reading for the first 30 minutes in OWASP, and then we're gonna use the last 30 minutes to read through the Secret Nazarite Scroll. So, Father, we thank you for teaching us the principle of unity with our brothers and our sisters. I like that one for today. All right, beautiful people. Let's see who all in the house already bright and early up in her. Zachariah Yahoo, shalom, shalom, fam. Mom, shalom. Hey, girl, hey. Nazarene is saying, create a gang, fam, lamb, peace, love, and lights. Via, hey, girl, hey. Greetings, my beloved, my dear beloved family. And a few people that's hanging out already in the background. Happy Thursday to y'all. Tabitha. Hey, girl, hey. Top of the day to my EOR family. Lights and love. All right, beautiful people. Let's get started here straight away. All right, so we paused on page 537, verse 1250, and the subtitle is "The Magdalene Warns Her 7 Disciples." Hold on, I got this blur right in the top part of my glasses. Hold on, y'all. Look, I'm hoping as I transition into my raw lifestyle of eating soon that my vision will begin to correct itself. All right, y'all. Verse 1250. Hold on, let me turn it down a little bit. I got my phone over here on the charger. It's a little loud. Okay. All right, y'all. Just me, bless, already on the road. So I'm in the background. All right, drive safe, fam. I know you say roaf, but I know you meant road. All right, y'all. Verse 1250, page 537. Miriam said, "You are my 7 disciples. Lo, a disciple learns from his teacher. Each of you has learned from me, and now, should you wish, each may go her own way. Or you may continue to travel with me, though I leave this land." It seems like it's still loud. Okay. Each of you has learned from me, and now, should you wish, each may go her own way. Or you may continue to travel with me, though I leave this land. For behold, I go now to Halajah Ford near Jerusalem. She about to meet up with her boo. If you choose to go with me, you must wait 7 days after my departure, then follow me to Halajah Ford. For behold, Nibia the prophetess warned me that I will be attacked on the road to Halajah Ford. But she also said that I will be rescued by my lion. Remember, her lion is her boo. But she also said that I will be rescued by my lion, and I trust her words, because I know that I will be rescued from the attack, and because I do not know that you would survive the attack. Nibia did not say, "You will wait 7 days before following me." I will not knowingly lead my 7 into an attack. The 7 protested, but Miriam required that they each pledge to obey her decision. She said, Nibia says, I will not be harmed, therefore do not worry. All seven pledged to wait 7 days after Miriam's departure, then to follow her to Halajah Ford. Miriam warned the seven, saying, beware. We go to a land even more dangerous than this one. Here the Aaronites persecute us. Remember, the Aaronites are who? In the Bible, if I bring up the Bible, Aaronites, it's probably clicking. That's Israel. They called Israel the Aaronites, right? Okay. Here, the Aaronites persecute us, but they are themselves a small minority of the population and can be avoided. Where we go now, the Aaronites are the majority. Lo, in that land, they cannot be avoided. There is little religious freedom in Jerusalem, and the Roman army occupies the land. Very good note to remember when you're reading through the Bible, especially through the Old Testament. There is little religious freedom in Jerusalem, and the Roman army occupies the land. They are ruthless soldiers. If you wish to change your minds and remain here, you may do so with no hard feelings on my part. My future road is very dangerous. You have been warned. Behold, none of the 7 disciples changed their minds. All would follow the Lady Miriam, regardless of the danger, for this was the calling of their hearts. The next section is a short little section, and it's Poem on the Mount, being the poem of Miriam upon the departure from Ethiopia. I am Miriam. On the morning of her departure from Ethiopia, Miriam stood upon the Mount of Peace and looked upon the world that she had come to minister unto. She spoke a poem to the world, and her 7 faithful disciples were with her and heard. Listen with your heart, O reader, and you will hear her voice. Yea, receive now the poem on the mount entitled, I am Miriam. I am Miriam. I am the feminine power on the one fount. Come forth with my lover, the masculine power. We are the one that becomes 2 for creative expansion. We are the 2 that again became 1 in transcendental bliss. You are the why, we are the way. I now come to those who meditate upon me. I now come to those who look for me. I now come to those who wait for me. I now come to those who call upon me. You who meditate upon me, will you not now look upon me? You who look upon me, will you not now truly see me? You who wait for me, will you not now receive me? You who call upon me, will you not now hear me? I am the honored one and the scorned one. I am she who is called holy. I am she who is called whore. How can you love the Holy Mother you see not and hate her when you look into her eyes? I am the one you have pursued, but now you run from me. I am the one who gives life and is life, but you would have me dead. Look, while I read about this, I know this poem, a lot of people may read it and think about her herself and the masculine power, which is Yeshua. But when I read this, I'm looking at the masculine and feminine power within each being, spirit being she, I am she, and the flesh being he, right? I am the honored one and the scorned one. I am the she who is called holy. I am she who is called whore. How can you love the Holy Mother you see not and hate her when you look into her eyes? I am the one you have pursued, but now you run from me. I am the one who gives life and is life, but you would have me dead. I am the one before whom you have been ashamed, but now you treat me shamelessly. Run to me, live in me, take me to you shamelessly. See me now in physical embodiment. See me now in this black skin. Just in case y'all forgot real quick what ethnicity she was. Elijah, peace and blessing, fam. See me now in physical embodiment. See me now in this black skin. Always see me in all of my daughters. I am the whore and the virgin. I am the midwife and she who gives birth. I am the daughter and the mother. I am your pregnant sister. I am your barren sister. I am the mother of your father and a daughter of your brother. I am the queen upon her throne and the beggar woman on her stool. I am in every woman and have given birth to every man. Every man carries my spark within him. Let every man fan the flame. Do not be ignorant of me anywhere or anytime. Be watchful. I am Miriam. And after Miriam, there's reference number 16, and 16 at the bottom says, an extremely altered version of this poem, altered and lengthened by a Gnostic sect to fit their own views, was found amongst the Nag Hammadi scrolls in Egypt. That text is called the Thunder Perfect Mind. Y'all got a copy of that? I haven't read all the way through the Nag Hammadi scrolls, but I do have a copy of it. That's my other bookcase, and I was literally just looking at it. I was looking at the spine of it when I was looking for something else the other day. But now I'm gonna go in there and find it. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can just look for it. Okay, so that's weird. I don't see it. Maybe I was looking too fast where I overlooked it. But anyway, I'll go back when I'm done and I'll pull it up and see, and I'll let y'all know. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and go to the next chapter. That was the end of chapter 30, with verse 13, 19. So we'll go ahead and read this next chapter. Ooh, we're only here 17 minutes. We might actually get to read a couple more chapters. Okay, so this next chapter is chapter 31, the first 6 disciples of the Lord Christ, and that's on page 540. Facebook user Audrey, hey girl, hey BC. Good day, family. Good day. All right, y'all. After his 49, the Bible says a 40 day. Okay. After his 49-day fast, Yeshua and the 3 lions of his presence, Philip, Yehuda, and Joseph, journeyed to the region of Mount Carmel. There the Lord communed with his relatives and certain Nazarene elders. For lo, the Lord came to serve the whole world. He was also a man who loved his relatives and had not visited them in 7 years while in India. Behold, while Yeshua was eating in the home of a wise Nazarene elder, there was a knock on the door. Philip, with Yehuda at his side, answered the door. Philip said, Lord, some of your relatives are at the door. Yeshua said, Who are my relatives? I tell you truly, all beings are my relations. Well, that's a little bit different from what we read in the Bible. In the Bible, it says, I'm gonna sum it up. Those who follow the Lord are my relatives. All right. Even so, I am a man blessed with wonderful blood relations. Let them enter. Because in the Bible, it don't say that next verse. It's just, listen, everybody else who follow the words I'm teaching y'all, those are my brothers and sisters. And that was that. I just kind of summed it up. But here he said, nevertheless, I do have wonderful, amazing blood relatives. I'm going to read it again. Yeshua said, Who are my relatives? This is verse 7. Who are my relatives? I tell you truly, all beings are my relations. Even so, I am a man blessed with wonderful blood relations. Let them enter. Several of Yeshua's cousins entered and visited with him. They probably like, what's going on, fam? I know how I act with my cousins. Several of Yeshua's cousins entered and visited with him. One of the Lord's cousins was a maiden named Orah, and she wished to follow the Lord. And after Orah is reference number 1. One at the bottom says, Orah means feminine light or illumination, and it's spelled Orah. One of the Lord's cousins was a maiden named Orah, and she wished to follow the Lord. She said, I know the prophecies of your coming, and with happy heart have awaited this day. With your permission, I will follow you as a disciple. Yeshua replied, the call of discipleship is from within. Even so, I feel the truth of your words. Follow the path I trod, if it be your will. But know this, fox have cozy holes to come home to at night, and birds come home at night to a cozy nest. In the Bible, we only hear the fox bit, right? But know this, foxes have crazy holes to come home. What I say? I say crazy holes. But know this, foxes have cozy holes to come home to at night, and birds come home at night to a cozy nest. Once on the road, I will have no home but the wilderness, yea, and whatever lodging charity may provide. Orah replied, my home is in the Lord and his lady. The Lord smiled and said, to my lady Miriam, we now go. Remember, her lion is going to meet her over here in Halajah Ford. This her lion, Yeshua. The Lord smiled and said, to my lady Miriam, we now go. For lo, even now she prepares to leave Ethiopia for Halajah Ford. Orah was the 6th disciple of the Lord, for behold, prior to their wedding, Yohanan and Sita had requested initiation as disciples. Also before Orah came the 6th disciple of the Lord, the 3 lions of his presence requested initiation. Also, before Orah became the 6th disciple of the Lord, the 3 lions of his presence requested initiation. Yea, in order of eldest to youngest, Yeshua initiated his lions. The youngest of the 3 lions of his presence, a Nazarene of Grecian ancestry, was called Philip, which means lover of horses. He was in his 20s and had served the lions as a horse messenger, but now traveled afoot with Yeshua. It was Philip who had asked Yeshua about celibacy before they fought the 3-headed beast. The eldest of the 3 lions, not yet 50, still strong and agile, was Joseph the Arimathea, the leader of the lions of Zion. Joseph was a shepherd who had come to the holy babe in Bethlehem when Mary gave birth. The lion who was neither youngest nor oldest of the 3, the one who had asked Yeshua why he did not have more guards, was named Yehuda. And after Yehuda's reference number 2, 2 at the bottom says, the Hebrew name Yehuda means praise. This is the name that comes to us in English as Judah. To avoid confusing the reader, we refer to the founder of Zion, described in the book of Mattanah, as Judah, and refer to this apostle of Yeshua as Yehuda. To avoid confusing the reader, we refer to the founder of Zion, described in the book of Mattanah, as Judah, and refer to this apostle of Yeshua as Yehuda. It is quite likely that this later Yehuda is named after the former, since they both are famed martial artists. And the last two verses for this chapter 31 is, though Joseph was the leader of the lions for reasons other than prowess in physical combat, Yehuda was acknowledged as the greatest Nazarene martial artist in physical combat since Samson. He was in his 30s and very muscular. All right, so we got time today. Let's go ahead. Chapter 32. So tomorrow, whatever chapter we begin with, that's when we're going to start with Owaspi. Okay, page 543, chapter 32. Kings and Queens Coaching Group. Shalom, shalom, fam. Tabitha said in the Bible, they said his mother was at the door. This reference from the Megillah makes more sense, right? Okay. Chapter 32. Nathanael accepts the call to discipleship. Yeshua and the three lions, along with Orah, left the region of Mount Carmel and headed south toward Jerusalem. Near Jerusalem, they would meet up with Yohanan and Sita and then walk to Halajah Ford. On the way from Carmel to Jerusalem, the Lord's company passed through Galilee. There, Nathanael became the seventh disciple of the Lord Christ. That story now follows. After Nathanael, its reference is actually Nathan, Nethan apostrophe E-L, Nathaniel. And it says at the bottom, Nathaniel is a Nazarene Hebrew. Nathaniel is Nazarene Hebrew for Elohim has given, and is pronounced Nathanael. There, Nathanael became the seventh disciple of the Lord Christ. That story now follows. On the outskirts of Galilee, Yeshua saw within his mind the image of a young man praying beside a date tree. The Lord followed his intuition until he found a man beside the tree. Yeshua said to the man, "Please continue praying if you wish. I will enjoy a few figs beneath the shade of this tree while you pray." The man replied, "My name is Nathanael, and I need pray no longer. For lo, in setting my eyes upon your bright countenance, I perceive that my prayer is this moment answered. I have journeyed from the Nazarene encampment in Syria to pray beside this tree. Behold, while in Syria, I had a prophetic dream. I perceived that if I were at this tree on this day, I would meet the Lord Christ." Yeshua said, "Was that what you asked for in prayer this morning, to meet the Lord Christ?" Nathanael said, "No, for I knew already that the Messiah would come. Rather, my prayer was that I would have clear eyes enough to recognize him. My prayer was granted, and I asked to be accepted by you as a disciple." Yeshua replied, "Your eyes reveal no guile. Lo, for the call of discipleship is from within. Follow the path I trod, if it be your will." Chapter 33. Levi and Mattath accept the call to discipleship. It's page 544. Yeshua sat beneath the shade tree in the noon sun with his disciples. A young man named Levi sat with them. After Levi is reference number one at the bottom says Levi means bind, as in join together. A young man named Levi sat with them. Levi had been introduced to the same teachings by a Nazarene prophetess named Mattath. Yeah, Mattath, Mattath. And after Mattath is reference number two, and two at the bottom says, like the related word Matanah, the word Mattath means gift and is pronounced Matoth. I was saying it wrong. Mat, Matt-Tawth, Matoth. Okay. Back up to verse 3. Levi had been introduced to the Essene teachings by a Nazarene prophetess named Mattoth. Her ministry was to introduce the Holy Megillah to non-Nazarenes she deemed ready to receive it, beginning with the Matanah, and to utter prophecies when moved by the Spirit. She was also a lion of Zion of great prowess in physical combat, having defended herself and others from rapists, robbers, and angry mobs. Levi had been an Aaronite at the time he first met Mattoth. Levi perceived her holiness and begged to become her student. That's pretty much against the Aaronite ways, ain't it? Levi, of all people, begging to be a disciple of a woman? First of all, in the Aaronite scriptures, men rule the world, right? I mean, that's what the Bible says. That's what it taught us, right? Verse 7. Levi perceived her holiness and begged to become her student. After testing his sincerity with many assignments, Mattoth had initiated Levi into the Nazarene religion of the Essene way. Now, 7 years after that initiation, Levi was sent by Mattoth to meet Yeshua as he approached Halajah Ford. For behold, that night before sending Levi, she had seen the coming of the Lord Christ in a prophetic vision. Levi found Yeshua teaching 5 of his 7 disciples, the 3 lions of his presence, Orah and Nathaniel, beneath a tree, and listened and learned. Lo, after a long discourse by Yeshua, Levi requested discipleship. When Yeshua heard that Levi was a student of the wise priestess Mattoth, he said, "You have been taught the rudiments by Mattoth the prophetess, and in her youth she was trained by Nibia the Ethiopian. Are you going to leave the side of Mattoth the prophetess so soon?" Levi said, "She will join us here shortly, Lord. She is giving the harvest from her gardens to the needy, and will then come unto you. For lo, she has prophesied your coming and feels called to join you. She knows the journey will be arduous, and she is a strong woman. She told me the foxes have a hole to come to each night, but the followers of Yeshua often sleep on the road. For lo, the Lord will take his message to the people of Yisrael and then to Yisrael." And just a quick recap: Yisrael, Yesar', means those who are in right relationship with Elohim, which is referring to Nazarite, the Nazarite way of life, full of love, light, non-flesh eating diets. And Yisrael, which we read about in the Bible through and through, which is mixed with some Nazarites, whom they refer to as the prophets, right? They don't use these terms, but if you read it enough and you read outside of the Bible, you'll be able to pinpoint who the Bible is talking about, even though they have changed the terms. And Yisrael is who we know today as Israel, right? And it don't matter whether you're talking about the ones who have had their identity stolen or the ones who actually live in the place over in the Middle East. It's a portion of Africa today. We ain't gonna get into it. The people who live there, it's still wrong relationship with Elohim according to the principles that we learn, right? Okay. Verse 21, for lo, the Lord will take his message to the people of Yisrael and then to Yisrael. When Mattoth arrived, she and Levi were initiated as the 8th and 9th disciples of the Lord Christ. Mattoth spoke words of prophecy, saying, "The prophecy of Nibia to Miriam soon is fulfilled. Yea, the spikenard has called forth the lion. The Lord will be the lion for his lady, and 7 demons will flee." And what they're talking about here, 7 demons will flee, is not talking about somebody being demon possessed. She was actually being attacked by 7 men. All right. The story we get, the way they change up the stories in the Bible is really interesting, right? Okay. Chapter 34. Let's go on. Grace and righteous. Shalom. Shalom, fam. And everybody else here that came hanging out in the background. We're on page 545, chapter 34. Tayom and Ram accept the call to discipleship. On the outskirts of Jerusalem, as previously planned, the Lord met his first two disciples, Yohanan and Sita. Behold, with Yohanan and Sita was Tayom, the twin brother of Yohanan. Tayom requested initiation. Tayom requested initiation as a disciple of Yeshua. The Lord initiated Tayom as his 10th disciple and said, "The sons of thunder, the holy prophet Ram, are welcome at my side." Tayom said, "Our father Ram has a broken hip. Otherwise, he would be here with us. He said to tell you, Ram is with you always, for lo, thunder is not parted from lightning." The Lord replied, "How did holy Ram break his hip?" Tayom answered, "He saw in a vision that 3 men were raping a woman. He ran to the place and defeated the 3 men in physical combat and rescued the woman. His hip was broken in the battle." Yeshua said, "Take me to Ram, for I feel called to lay my hands upon his hip and pray for speedy mending." When the Lord and his first 10 disciples reached Ram, the injured prophet said to the Lord, "Behold, the lightning from Jah comes as a son of man." The Lord raised his hand to the noon sun and received healing light into his palms. Then he placed his hands upon the broken hip of Ram and chanted words of healing power. Behold, before nightfall, Ram's hip was fully mended. Ram gave thanks, and Yeshua said, "When called from within to act, I act. I was called to this healing by Jah. Wherefore, give thanks to Jah for your healed hip. There are more injured in the world than I can heal by physical touch. Wherefore, I bring healing teachings that will rise in ascending spirals, giving perpetual birth to ascending spirals of ever more joyful vibration in Yah. Amen. Yea, so be it. I'm going to read that again. This lines up with what we read about in OASP as well, right? Listen to this. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to verse 18. It says, Ram, and it's R-A apostrophe A-M. It could be Ram. I'm just saying Ram. Sarah's name is spelled the same way. At first I was saying Sarah, and I was just like Sarah, right? So I just want to let you know. Ram gave thanks, and Yeshua said, "When called from within to act, I act. I was called to this healing by Jah. Wherefore, give thanks to Jah for your healed hip. There are more injured in the world than I can heal by physical touch. Wherefore, I bring healing teachings that will rise in ascending spirals, giving perpetual birth to ascending spirals of ever more joyful vibration in Yah. Amen. Yea, so be it. But when called from within to lay my hands on an injured human or animal, I answer." Ram applied, "I also have a calling from within. I am called to follow you as a disciple." Yeshua said, "The call of discipleship is indeed from within." The Lord baptized Ram as his 11th disciple. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead to the next one. We only have 37 minutes. We might get through all the disciples. Everybody that joined their crew. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold up. Something just caught my eye. The first meeting of Yeshua and Peter the Ebionite. Oh, Lord. Remember that long footnote? I think it's here that it's going to get, and we're going to read it again too, right? All the way in the back about Peter and the shenanigans and Paul. Okay, listen. All right. Chapter 35, page 546. Apollos accepts the call to discipleship. In the wilderness, not far from Halajah, the Lord camped with his disciples. As they sat around the fire eating dinner, behold, a Nazarene from Alexandria came to their light. He said, I am Apollos from Alexandria. I teach in the school of prophets in the mountain of peace. Rose the Yaira granted my request to come to you. Yes, baby.
Where's Aubrey?
Aubrey will be here later today.
You said she's going to be here on the other day.
Well, Auntie, they're here. They're back from North Carolina. Auntie said they was going to be here last night, but they probably got tired. And so she stayed the night with her mommy. Okay? All right, she'll be here today. We're going to see, sis. Put that all around your lips. Okay. He said, I am Apollos from Alexandria. I teach in the school of prophets in the mountain of peace. Rose the Yaira granted my request to come to you. I am called from within to walk with you as a disciple. Yeshua said, I remember you, Apollos. I studied with your mother, the holy prophetess Magzera, when I was a student in Alexandria. I hold her in high esteem. How is your venerable mother? Apollos replied, she will soon join us. She said to tell you that though up in years, she is in excellent physical condition and she will not slow your journey. She speaks the truth. Magzera has the stamina of a camel and the grace of a gazelle. Mere years have no dominion over her. Ooh, that's amazing, right? I would love to have that said about me as I get older, right? She has the stamina of a camel and the grace of a gazelle. That's how I'm growing in age, babe.
Hey, you got the stamina of a camel. We fall asleep at 7:30 at night, though.
I was done last night. I'm told you that's why I'm developing my my whole holistic raw journey lifestyle. We're gonna speak those things that are not as though they were. We're gonna speak it into existence. Shayla, hey cousin, hey girl, hey. Look, I was done last night. We was doing all that running around yesterday. All right. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go back. She speaks the truth. Magzera has the stamp. Look, first of all, look, he went upstairs to get something. I was about to say, well, hold on. You was right there beside me going to sleep. Hold on. Look. Magzera has the stamina of a camel and the grace of a gazelle. Mere years have no dominion over her. Look, you went upstairs before I could add the comment, but you was right there with me.
What happened?
Going to sleep last night at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Magzera has the stamina of a camel and the grace of a gazelle. Mere years have no dominion over her. Go ahead. Yeshua smiled and assembled the disciples. Yeshua and the assembled disciples laughed goodly. I'm sorry, hold on. Yeshua smiled and the assembled disciples laughed good-naturedly. The next morning, Yeshua initiated Apollos the prophet as his 12th disciple. Magzera the prophetess would later become the first disciple initiated by both the Lord and Lady after their reunion at Halajah. I'm walking to the door.
Ooh.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard us talking at the door. Okay, where we at? 43 minutes. We could probably read one more chapter. All right, y'all. Chapter 36. Page 547. The yoke of discipleship. Yeshua addresses his disciples before meeting Miriam. Oh, yeah, and then tomorrow when we start the first meeting of Yeshua and Peter the Ebionite. Okay, so we can pause after this chapter, and then we'll pick that back up tomorrow with this. Ooh, that's going to be so good. Hold on. Okay. Yeshua addresses the yoke of discipleship. Yeshua addresses his disciples before meeting Miriam. Yeshua said to his 12 disciples, the yoke of discipleship is not from without. The yoke of discipleship is from within. Wherefore I say, think not that I place my yoke on anyone other than myself. Any who take my yoke, take it willingly by choice. Any other yoke is not my yoke. And think not that you can place a yoke on any other than yourself without damaging yourself spiritually. Oh, that's good. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read it all again. Okay. Yeshua said to his 12 disciples, the yoke of disciples, hold on. I'm meek and lonely. I'm thinking about what he said. Take my yoke upon you, for I'm meek and lonely. Hold on. Let me pull it up before I get it wrong. I used to know that. Verse by verse. Hold on. Matthew 11, chapter 29. I'm sorry. Matthew 11, verses 29 through 30. Matter of fact, let me just blow up the whole chapter. Okay, come on, starting at verse whom the Son shall reveal. Verse 28 through 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lonely in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light, as in physical light of understanding, like opening the third eye type light, not light as in lifting a heavy weight. But this is interesting, right? Because here it says, wherefore I say, think not that I place my yoke on anyone other than myself. Any who take my yoke, take it willingly by choice. Any other yoke is not my yoke. Okay. Let me read this one more time. Matthew 11, verses 28 through 20. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lonely in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And it seems here that he's telling them to take his yoke and put it on them, right? But here it tells us that his yoke is his own yoke and he places it upon no one. Neither does he tell them to take it, right? But he said you can choose to, right? I think there's a little bit of discrepancy there, from my understanding of what I'm seeing. Okay, let me just start over. Prance, what's going on, fam? Light and love to the Faithist family. Okay, so we'll go back here. I'm going to start at verse 1, page 547. Yeshua said to his 12 disciples, the yoke of discipleship is not from without. The yoke of discipleship is from within. Okay, so yeah, keeping in line with this, which is why, okay, he keep repeating it. The yoke of discipleship comes from within, right? I can't tell you to do it. You have to inwardly feel called to do it, not by coercion of anybody else. But this, you have to personally identify with it, and you are the one to first speak up and talk about that call that you feel from within, right? The yoke of discipleship is from within. Wherefore I say, Think not that I place my yoke upon anyone other than myself. Any who take my yoke, take it willingly by choice. And here, what we just read, he's telling them to take his yoke over here in Matthew. Let me type it. Matthew 11:28 through 30. Okay. Okay. Oh, it broke it up and found rest until you're. Oh. Oh, it did. It broke it up too much. Rest unto your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Okay. Yeah, he's telling them in the Bible to take it, and he says here he don't tell anyone. He don't put the yoke upon anyone other than himself. The yoke of discipleship is from within. Wherefore I say, think not that I place my yoke on anyone other than myself. Any who take my yoke, take it willingly by choice. Any other yoke is not my yoke. And think not that you can place a yoke on any other than yourself without damaging yourself spiritually. You will tumble a rung on the ladder of consciousness, and that is damage indeed, for such is the way of life. Highlight that. If you're putting a yoke on anybody else other than yourself, you are going to tumble down a rung or a step in consciousness, right? He said that is damaging indeed. Okay. And think not that you, this verse 6, chapter 36, verse 6, page 547, and think not that you can place a yoke on any other than yourself without damaging yourself spiritually. You will tumble a rung on the ladder of consciousness, and that is damage indeed, for such is the way of life. When you yoke your heart and mind to the way, only then are you truly yoked. Talking about the way, the light and love of our great creator, right? Always ascending and progressing forward and upward. When you yoke your heart and mind to the way, only then are you truly yoked. Until then, you are in spiritual poverty and worldly chains. Better to have no money bag than one that is stuffed with gold chains. But it is better to be chained by the oppressor than to chain others to oppressing. Hold on. But it is better to be chained by the oppressor than to chain others to oppression. Better yet, it is to wear no chains and oppress no one. Let whatever coins come your way sustain you, and let the excess sustain others. Be benevolent, be generous in your giving. For behold, a penniless monk with a begging bowl may be stingier of heart than a householder who gives generously. That's good. I like that. For behold, a penniless monk with a begging bowl may be stingier of heart than a householder who gives generously. Wherefore I say, give and you shall receive. For in giving we fan the flame of the light within. And increased light is true abundance. For it is in giving that we get that which is worthwhile. And that, my 12, is the secret of joy. That's beautiful. Okay, Yeshua. Okay. As long as you wish to share my walk as I visit the peoples and villages of this land, do so. And if you lose that desire, leave. Any chains that you perceive are of your own making. Even so, though I bind none to me, behold, I am bound together with all beings in the all attractive force of love in Yah. Those who experience that truth are truly bound. Yea, it is they who are the true Levites. Hold on. Let me finish that. I didn't even finish that sentence. Those who experience that truth are truly bound. Yea, it is they who are the true Levites, not the Aaronites who claim the name. The ones in the Bible, the Levitical priesthood. I am bound to them in love, and in love they are bound to me. I live in them, and they live in me, and we all live in Jah and Yah, and that is Yahweh. It's a tetragrammaton, YHWH. Behold, excuse me, behold, I go to meet my lady. Wait beside this mountain spring until I return with her. Then you may follow us to Halajah Ford, if that be the calling of your heart, bound in love in Yah, true yogis and true Levites. Yea, I go to meet my lady. I perceive a foul wind over the desert where she will cross into this land. I will go to her aid. I go alone. Even the lions of my presence will remain here. This deed is for me alone. When I return, receive her in the manner that you receive me. I tell you truly, any who reject my eternal wife are far from me, right? Because they completely stripped her out the Bible. They stripped all women out the Bible, right? Women, whatever your husband say, follow that. That is the ruling of our God. I'm like, something don't seem right with that to me. Listen. When I return, receive her in the manner that you receive me. I tell you truly, any who reject my eternal wife are far from me. Miriam is my eternal wife, and soon will be my wife, even in this world. For behold, in Cana I will wed Miriam. Reject her, and you reject me. For Miriam and I are one in Yah, bound in love. Our disciples dwell in us, and we in them, bound in love in Yah, willingly for the uplift of all, now and forever in Yah. Amen. Hallelujah. Then Yeshua left to meet Miriam, and the disciples waited by the holy spring of light for the return of the Lord with his lady. For lo, none of his first 12 ever rejected Miriam. Okay, so real quick, that's the end of this chapter, and we're gonna pause here. But they said something about this wedding in Cana of Galilee. Let me just pull up something real quick. It says in verse 46, "For behold, in Cana I will wed Miriam." Let's go to this party where he bought this wine out. Hold on. Keep the party going. Now it would make sense why they would. Hold on. Let me just read it. Hold on. Jesus wine wedding. Yes. Hold up. Wedding at Cana. And hold on. Jesus changes water into wine. Hold on. Let's go. John chapter 2. Now, hold on. Let's go back to chapter 1. Hold on. This is the NIV version. Hold on. Let me just double check and see who wedding this was. They didn't mention who wedding it was. Okay, it's the chapter the word became flesh. John the Baptist denies being the Messiah. John testifies about Jesus. John's disciples follow Jesus. Jesus calls Philip and Nathaniel. Footnotes. Oh, look. Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree. You will see." This whole story was right here. I didn't even pick this up about Nathanael and this fig tree. Hold on. That's what we just read. Hold up. Yo, B. Look. Jesus, this is the end of chapter 1 of John chapter 1 verse 50. Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." Then he added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." And so going, and this flows right in here. This has got to be the same wedding, right? This is the same wedding. It's following the same everything. Jesus changes water into wine. This is John chapter 2, and the NIV version here, I don't care which version it is, it's still telling the story. Listen, on the third day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus's mother was there. I mean, of course she would be there, right? She's the mother of the groom. Hold up. Miriam is my eternal wife, and Miriam is my eternal wife, and will soon be my wife, even in this world. For behold, in Cana I will wed Miriam. On the third day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. Okay. Woman, why do you involve me? My hour has not yet come. Hold on. They had also been invited. So I'm wondering, something's fishy about this. Hold on. Does this go on? Hold on. Let me just look real quick, y'all. Let me see if y'all see something. Bible, right? The Bible never mentioned whose wedding it was, right? That's what I was looking for. But let me go over here in this next chapter real quick when it's talking about Peter. Let's see if I see wedding anywhere where it goes into, and it may go into it. Okay. The Magdalene comes to her side. Maybe it's a little bit after this. Scroller. Okay. The scroll of John the Baptizer B. This the same wedding. It's following this. It's just giving us a little bit more. Hold on. Chapter 39 is the koala. The scroll of John the Baptizer being the proclamation of their coming, and the selected sayings of John. Hold on. Selected sayings of John the Baptizer. This is John, right? Right, we just read about John in chapter 1. This is in the book of John. Hold on. Vibrations and spirals. Hold on. The initiatory baptisms of the Lord and Lady as publicly proclaimed Christ Messiah by John the Baptizer. Hold on. I'm looking for wedding, y'all. Hold on. If y'all got to go ahead and go. Okay, hold on. I see unmarried women. Hold on. Abstain from eating of flesh. Okay, John, listen here. Hold on. Peter the Ebionite entered the encampment late evening. Hold on. Oh, this about to get into it, y'all. Hold up. Walked away. My eternal wife. She is my eternal lover. Miriam and I were wedded long before this world came into being. Okay, I'm actually looking for the wedding. Hold on. I think this was their wedding that the book of John is talking about. How they gonna say he was also invited to the wedding? B, he the groom. Hold up. All right, y'all, hold on. We're gonna get to it. There we go. Chapter 43, the wedding of Yeshua and Miriam. Okay, hold on. Though married since before this world began, Jada and Janah now come as Yeshua and Miriam had long planned to wed at Cana near Galilee. Let me just hold on, y'all. This is their wedding. Which it makes sense why they coming to him. Hey, B, we ran out of wine. Woman, look. Go ahead, keep the party going. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so it's gonna be a couple weeks till we get to chapter 43, but chapter 43 is where it talks about the wedding. In the wilderness on the outskirts of Cana was a communal farm, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Task is dangerous. I'm trying to actually get to the actual wedding and see about this wine. Hold on. Let us celebrate life of Joseph. Okay. We celebrate his life today along with my wedding to Yeshua. Yea, the marriage of Yeshua and Miriam is also worthy of joy and celebration. Wherefore, we invited minstrel friends of ours to play dance music tonight. This is page 578, verse 113. Hold on. They called it their musical ensemble, Lighten Up. Hold on, I'm looking for this wine, y'all. This was their wedding. Priestess, initiation, 19. They going through their life. Look like they're giving vows or something. Greetings. Holy enchantment. Okay. All right. Well, wedding ritual. Okay, hold on. Wedding ritual. Page 585. Wedding vows from their lips. They ate from one bread. They drank from one cup, encircled. Hold on. Story about Joseph. First story. Second story. The letter. Y'all, this was. Hold on. This gift is a very special wine. This is berry wine made by fairies before the fairies of Eden before the fall. They should keep the wine pouch. Hold on, wine. Hold on, y'all. I ain't read this far. Something just triggered me. Okay, so there's a whole section talking about wine on your wedding night. I will let you decide who will have the first swallow. Oh, that's gonna get good. Okay. Oh, so we're gonna come upon it, but it's gonna be a couple weeks before we get here. But I just had to follow this through real quick. Okay. One who received the special gift, the gifted wine to Gibeah, the son of Yeshua, Miriam. I swallowed the wine that night and felt the blood of old Eden in my veins. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay. The initiation of the wedding guests. See, this is gonna get into it. This wedding, it never said in the Bible who the wedding was for, but I'm almost certain, like 99.9% sure, that this wedding that happened in Cana of Galilee with JC kept the party going by getting more wine. That was their wedding, right? They never mentioned it, but things are starting to make sense because it's going in the same order of things that we read in there, but it's just giving us more detail about John the Baptist and everything that led up to that and the disciples, right? Okay, this is going to be real good. So we're going to pause. Hold on. Right, Tabitha? She said, and if we notice, this is the only time they mention, and if we notice, this is the only time they mention he has ever been to a wedding, right? Because major plot twist. It was his very own. It was his very own wedding. They're denying the feminine energy while flaunting in front of our face his wedding. Yo. Oh, major plot twist. This is crazy. All right, y'all. Trail for Cosmon. Peace, family. All right, y'all. Okay, hold on. I'm driving, but can you read Matthew 23:4 about the false Levites? Yo, thank you for that. I'm glad I looked up. Hold on. I sure will. Hold on. 23:4. All right. Okay, so let me expand the full chapter. Matthew chapter 23. This is a warning against hypocrisy, right? This is definitely talking about the same thing, the yoke, right? Listen, okay, verse 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to just read from 1 to 4. Then Jesus said to the crowds and to his disciples, the teachers of the law and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. So you must be careful to do everything they tell you, but do not do what they do, for they do not practice what they preach. They tie up heavy, cumbersome loads and put them on other people's shoulders, but they themselves are not willing to lift a finger to move them. That was good. Thank you for that. So yeah, back here it says, I'm gonna just reread this again. What Yeshua said about this. This is verse 1. Matter of fact, 1. Oh yeah, like all of this chapter. But let me read this. Yeshua said to his 12 disciples, the yoke of discipleship is not from without. The yoke of discipleship is from within. Wherefore I say, think not that I place my yoke on anyone other than myself. Any who take my yoke, take it willingly by choice. Any other yoke is not my yoke. And think not that you can place a yoke on any other than yourself without damaging yourself spiritually. You will tumble a rung on the ladder of consciousness, and that is damage indeed. For such is of the way. For such is, I'm sorry. For such is the way of the way. For such is the way of the way. Right, okay. Yeah, you put chains on somebody else, you yourself are in chain. That's just the way of life. That's the process of what happens here in this realm. So you can't yoke somebody else and think that you're not going to damage your own self spiritually, right? It's that golden rule that takes place here. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? Or karma, whatever you want to call it. What you do to others will happen to you. How you treat others is how you will be treated. For such is the way of the way, right? Okay, but thank you for that. Bring that out. Bronze, yo, what's going on, fam? Peace to the chat. We about to roll out, y'all. All right, this was really good today. So now we know who the wedding was for at Cana of Galilee. This is just blowing my mind over these next few weeks while we reading this. Oh, we didn't get into the details of it for real. I was just skimming through because a light went off when I read this. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out today. It is Thursday, August the 10th, 2023, day 88 of year 5 of reading through books, laws, and prophets. Another 5-year consecutive day count. It is day 1468. And we finished reading chapter 30 today. We actually went all the way up to the end of chapter 36 because they were really short chapters. I put 541. And that was pages. We began at page 537 and went all the way to page 548. So we finished reading chapter 30 and we read all the way through chapter 36. And tomorrow when we come back, remember we're going to pick up reading at the beginning. The Owaspi, we're in the book of Fragapati, chapter 3. Did we read chapter 3 already, or do we start on chapter 3? I don't know. I'll see. I think we read to the end of chapter. I don't know. We might just reread chapter 3 over. And then the second half, we're going to get back to this. And this is the first meeting of Yeshua and Peter, the Ebionite, right? So this is going to be real good. Oh, that's good. That's good. Just me. If you yoke an ox, you are responsible for guiding it, right? Listen, and true discipleship comes from within. So if you yourself are not in line with the light of our Creator, how can you even think that you could yoke somebody else and guide them, right? You both are going to be blind and you both are going to fall off the cliff, right? Seriously. Man, so like the only approved yokes in this world is parents with children up until a certain age. And then you got to release them and let them go free. If you don't, things tend to begin to happen. Rebellion begins to happen. We ain't talking about younger rebellion and them wanting to get their way because they don't understand. But parents who tend to just hold on tight, they tend to have children of the upper age begin to rebel. You know, they don't have some principles down. Me and my husband, we're guilty of that in some ways. I'm like, wait a minute, the boy is 20 years old. Right? Sometimes it's like we still look at them, boy, they are our babies. You know, we want to try and control everything, but you know, got to release them and let them go free, right? Let them begin to walk in some of the disciplines that you have taught them and let them begin to experience some of the repercussions of their decisions with full faith and in our teaching that we've taught them the best we knew how, right? And we will hope that even when we didn't teach them because maybe we were ignorant, that as they grow, they'll be able to pull wisdom from their circumstance and their situation and adjust it for their generation as they grow. But that's it, beautiful people. Father, we thank you that you are always wise. I love y'all. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
But I see through you.
Bye. space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gold, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, making moves.
What did you just do to me?
I pushed your astral form out of your physical form.
What's in that tea? Psilocybin? LSD?
It's just tea. With a little honey.
What just happened?
For a moment, you entered the astral dimension.
What?
A place where the soul exists apart from the body.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know. Open your eye.
Been dreaming about dying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cold sign.
What's happening? This isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real, this is...
Dreaming about dying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cold sign.
His heart rate is getting dangerously high.
He looks all right to me. You think that this peculiar universe is all there is?
I don't need gravity, I need
What mysteries lie beyond the reach of your senses? Existence, mind and matter meet. Thoughts shape reality.
I don't need gravity, I just need gold. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just float.
Some benevolent and life-giving, filled with malice and hunger. Dark places where powers older than time and waiting.
I don't swim or sink, I just float.
Who are you in this vast multiverse?
I don't need gravity, I just need gold. I don't need gravity, I just need gold.
Have you seen that before in a gift shop?
I don't need gravity, I just need gold.
Teach me.
No.
It's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
Oh shoot, y'all still I forgot to turn the thing off. My mama calling me now. I was outside. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to answer the door. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get out of here, beautiful people. Hold on. Put my phone. Bye, y'all. Hey, you was calling. Yeah, okay. I was outside talking to TT. All right, y'all.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for hanging out, watching the fort, holding it down. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Love y'all. Say loud. What's going on, fam? All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.